Hello and welcome to CANSURVIVE. First, I want to thank you all for coming to this awesome event. I also want to thank our guest speakers this evening, Heidi Jo Taylor and Annette Page, as well as our amazing sponsors, awesome board members, and the person who works tirelessly to bring this all together, Needs Beyond Medicine CEO Phil Brown. Yeah. For the past 5 years, I've been blessed with the greatest job ever. At least I think it's the greatest job ever. As the Community Impact Manager at CHG Healthcare, I get to use corporate money to make a difference in local communities. However, through my years of working in corporate social responsibility, I've had numerous conversations with nonprofits and volunteers, which brought to light a disconnect between corporate goals and nonprofit goals. To better understand the goals of a nonprofit, I felt it would be helpful to become a board member. After doing some research, I found a local opportunity with Needs Beyond Medicine, and looking at the mission page on their website, I saw that they exist to decrease the burden of cancer on those undergoing treatment by providing financial support for non-medical expenses. And right then I got chills, because in 2020, my Aunt Cheryl was diagnosed with leukemia and was currently suffering through a bone marrow transplant. My mom actually happened to be her donor. Not only did this disease impact her physically, but it also impacted her financially. I was so grateful to have found such an amazing organization to be part of, and in May of this year, I was overjoyed to become a member of the board. Even though my time serving on the board has been short, it has been extremely rewarding. Last year during the pandemic, my company had to make the hard decision to lay off 5% of our workforce, which ended up being about 200 people losing their jobs. It was a difficult time for us all to see members of our work family losing their jobs to COVID. Fast forward to August of this year, the pandemic starts easing a little, and I'm going back to work 2 days a week. My husband, who also works at CHG, usually invites me to lunch with him and the other members of his team. As we walked to lunch one day, I was telling a colleague of ours about Needs Beyond Medicine, what they do, and inviting him to the golf tournament. He then asked if I knew about a colleague of ours named Bay. Of course I knew Bay. She was always happy, walking around, smiling, and she was a really fun person to be around. But he went on to tell me that she was one of the people who was laid off. She also had just ended a relationship, was taking care of her dad, and was recently diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called, bear with me, nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Because of her battle with cancer, it made it hard to find a job, and she was having a difficult time staying afloat. As soon as I heard this, I reached out to her and shared the work that Needs Beyond Medicine does and encouraged her to apply for some assistance. She did, and a month later, she was awarded a grant to help her with housing and grocery needs. She was extremely grateful and just recently let me know that she is finished with treatments and is recovering right now. She also asked me to cross my fingers that she gets good news in an upcoming MRI, so cross your fingers also. Like Bay, grant recipients report that the largest use of grant funds are for transportation costs to and from medical care, followed by purchasing groceries and paying for utility bills. Because of Needs Beyond Medicine, patients are able to access the care they need, buy quality food to fuel them through their battle, and have general security in life. Once their quality of life improves, this also increases the outlook for positive medical outcomes. I'm grateful to Bay for letting me share her story, but her story and sharing it with you is only possible because of the support of awesome donors like you guys. You make it all possible to help someone through one of the most difficult battles they can face in life. Thank you so much for your time and have a great evening.